In today's topic, we are looking at simple interest, compound interest, and formula for compound interest. And our learning objective is to calculate compound interest, to solve problems involving repeated percentage change, and to learn the compound interest formula and how to use it. Okay, now the keywords we have here is simple interest, compound interest, formula, principal, annual rate. So before we can embark on this, the student should be able to increase an amount by a percentage. We have done this in our previous lesson, how to increase amount by percentage, preferably using the multiplier method. Okay, now students will need to know what compound interest is, and students need to be familiar with the use of the power keys on the calculator. Okay, now we talk about the simple interest, and we say that the simple interest is calculated on the amount of a loan. The amount of a loan is what we calculate the simple interest, and the compound interest is calculated on the principal amount and also on the accumulated interest. So in the compound interest, we have an accumulated interest of previous periods, and also can be regarded as the interest. Okay, so let's look at this question here. Here it says find the simple interest on a loan of $2,500 for 3 years at 6% per annum. And also we have to find what is the compound interest as well. Okay, now for me to do this, first of all, we are asked to find the simple interest. I will always use SI for simple interest and CI for compound interest. Now for me to calculate the simple interest here, we calculate it based on the loan. That simply gives us the simple interest of $2,500 for 3 years at 6%. Simply gives us 2,500 times the number of year, which is 3, and the percentage 6%. 6% means 0.05. We have done how to convert percentage. Okay, so if I multiply all this, I'm going to have this to be what? $2,500 times 3 times this. So that gives us what? That gives us $450. So $450 will be my interest of having a loan of $2,500 for 3 years. So this will be the simple interest. Now the compound interest, in this case, it's accumulated. In the compound interest, what I'm going to do first of all is that since that the percentage is being increased, so since that the percentage of the amount is increasing, I will have that to be 100 plus 6%. So since that the amount is increasing, I will have this, and if I sum this gives me what? 106%, which if I convert to decimal, I will have that to be which is 1.06 in decimal. Okay, that's divided by 100. Now this will not be after the first year, because it is an accumulated interest. After the first year, or after 1 year, we will have this to be 2,500 times 1.06, the percentage after first year. That gives us what? 2,650. We are going to continue like this till we get to 3 years. You see that the difference, While in simple interest, we just multiply the year, the number of year, the rate they are giving us, and the principal. Multiply all of them. While in this, we are going to multiply the principal and the rate, for continue like that to 3 years. Okay, so after the first year we have this, then after second year we still have that to be this amount we have in the first year. We have to also invest it, and we have 2,650 multiplied by 1.06. that gives us, so what do we have? Check. That gives us $2,809. So we continue like that. The third year, what do we have at the third year? The third year still give us this amount of money we have. This amount 2,809 multiplied by 1.06. So that gives us what? That gives us $2,977.54. You see that? So this is how we continue. And what is the accumulated percentage? This is accumulated interest. Therefore, the interest we are going to have based on compound interest. The interest based on compound interest will simply give us the amount we have at the end, minus it from the original amount, the principal. So the amount minus the principal, the amount is $2,977.54 minus it the principal. The principal is 2,500. So if you minus it, we have what? You can see we have $477.54. So this is our interest if we have to do it in a compound interest. Why this is our interest if we have to talk about a simple interest? Okay, now let's look at this. This says and invest $35,000 for 2 years after 5% simple interest. Hannah invests $35,000 for 2 years after 5% compound interest. This person invests in simple interest and this invests in compound interest. So we are asked how much does each person earn, and who earned more, and how much more was it? Okay, now that means that we have to calculate the percentage for the simple interest for Anne. And simple interest simply gives us the simple interest simply gives us what the principal, which is $35,000 times the the number of year. The number of year is just 2 years, and the rate in which we pay the interest is 5%. And you know 5% is 0.05 to decimal. We have 0.05. So if we multiply this 35,000 times 2 times 0.05, what is the answer? Check. Okay, that's why we have $3,500. Okay, that's for Anne. Then for Hannah invested in compound interest. So for Hannah investing for compound interest, that 5% is an increase each year. That means I will have 100 plus 5%, which gives me 105. Always note this, 105%, and 105% is 1.05 in decimal. So for Hannah, the first year, after the first year, Hannah interest will be, after the first year, it's going to be $35,000 times the rate, which is 1.05. If you multiply that, what do you have? Check. Okay, we have $36,750. You can see we did not multiply the year, we just multiply the rate and this will continue. This is for the first year, and also for the second year, the year 2, we still have this amount, that is $36,750 multiplied by 1.05. so that gives us what? Multiplied by 1.05, we have that to be what? $38,587.5. That is for the second year. So since he invested for 2 years, now the interest compounded will now be this amount minus the original amount. So that gives us 38,587.5 minus $35,000. So if you minus it, what do you have? We have 3,587.5. So this is the amount, the interest Hannah have, and this is interest Hannah have, and this is the interest Anne have. So that shows the first question. How much is each? For Anne have this, and for Anna have this. Okay, for the interest. Now the second question they ask is, the second question is what? Who earned more and how much more was it? Who earned more? Who do you think that earned more? Anna earned more. Anna is the person that earned more. And how much is this Anna earned? How much more? It's not for you to find how much more. You know the difference between Anna and interest. So if you subtract both of them, we have 3,587.5 minus 3,500. So that gives us what? 87.5%. So 87.5% is how much more Anna have more than Anne. So it is more beneficial if we calculate in compound interest than in simple interest. Okay, now I see that in compound interest we have to calculate it one after the other. Now look at this. In this question, this says Marco invests $10,000 at 8% rate, 8% annual interest. Work out how much is the investment worth after 10 years if it is for simple interest and for compound interest. Now if it's for simple interest, we can easily calculate it for 10 years. But what happened for compound interest? Can we still just making it after first year, after second year, after third year, till we get to 10 years? You see, it can be so difficult. So in that case, we need to bring out a formula which we can use in calculating for the compound interest. So in the next class, I'm going to treat this and show you how to apply this using the compound interest formula.